Day 14 of Monster March, and we are talking about the movie Pandorum. This is one of those sci fi horror movies that a lot of people seem to forget or I don't really hear mentioned enough. And I just think it has a really cool premise. Basically, you're following these two people who wake up from a hypersleep in space on this massive colony ship heading for a new planet. And when they wake up, they don't really remember who they are, what their mission is, why the ship is falling apart, where exactly the ship is. So basically, one of them heads out to kind of discover what's going on with the ship and comes to realize pretty soon that they're not alone. There's something kind of monstrous on board, and it's definitely not supposed to be there. And Pandorum just really works in creating this atmosphere on this ship. The ship really feels huge, it's dark, and feels completely abandoned at times when you don't have the monsters moving around in the area. It does a great job of kind of creating that claustrophobic feeling I really like from like the Descent and the first Alien and stuff like that. Every hallway you walk down feels dangerous, like something could pop out any time, things could be on the roof. And it introduces this whole idea of Pandorum, what the name of the movie. And basically, it's just a form of deep space psychosis that can make astronauts lose their minds after being in space for too long, being asleep for too long, things like that. And honestly, that concept is the real monster of the movie. It's probably the scariest thing of the movie of what happens when you don't remember things like this or have those issues. But the movie definitely has issues of its own, and that is the pacing can be messy at times. Some of the monster scenes and action scenes don't really live up to what I want to from one of these sci-fi horror survival movies. The creatures, however, are creepy, but they're more of like a generic mutant monster category. They're not really the full-on monsters I tend to like. Still, the movie deserves credit for trying something ambitious, mixing the psychological horror, the survival horror, and the sci-fi sort of mystery all into one film. I do love that concept. Does a lot of things right that I like. And basically, if you like movies like Alien or Event Horizon, which are two of my favorite movies, this one is definitely worth checking out. And for Monster March, Day 14, I'm going to give Pandorum 6 out of 10. While it's not a sci-fi classic in my opinion, it's still worth a watch because it is a solid sci-fi horror movie. So let me know, what did you think of Pandorum if you've seen it? And I'll see you tomorrow for Day 15 of Monster March.